Alright, hi, Hades Mega here. So I'm shooting a video about my 91 Toyota Previa, and this video is about the interior on a 91 Toyota Previa. Now this is a DX version, so we can go take a look at some of the features it has. I already did the video on the rear seat, so I'm not going to do that. If you guys want to see how the rear seats work on this car, or this van, check that video out, right? I'll put a link at the end of the description. So let's check it out. All right, so here's the interior. There's a light up here. I've replaced it with the LED light, so it's a lot brighter than it used to be. All right, so this is what the interior looks like. So here's the rear seats. All right, I made a video about how these work, but anyway, you can seat three in the back here, and then there's a bench seat that I'm using as a sofa in my room, and it seats two. Okay, it connects right here. All right. So let's check out this part right here since we're already here. There's like a little ashtray here, and then there's an ashtray here. This ashtray is for the middle seats, and then this is for the rear seats. Like, you know, I guess people smoked a lot in the car back then or something. I don't know, man. There's a speaker right here. Okay, that looks like it's the stock speaker. And there's a cubby right here to put stuff. You can put a lot of stuff in here, man. I put all sorts of stuff in there, and then there's a kind of like a cup holders right here, one right here and one right here, and then yeah, and then that ashtray. Okay, and then we got grab handle here, a grab handle here, grab handle here, and grab handle here, and the rear ones actually double as a place to tie the rear seats up when they're in their folded position. Okay, there's another speaker here. There's like armrest right here, so you can put your elbow on that. Okay, and then I guess I'm not sure, but I think there's supposed to be a floor mat right here, but it's not here anymore. But this one, there's still a floor mat in the front here. There's there is actual rear AC on this. Okay, I don't really use it all that often, and it's really loud and it eats up a lot of power. So, but the rear heat and the rear AC they come out of this right here. Okay, and I guess if it's really cold, I could turn the heater on, and then it'll blow hot air. I think there's like a coolant line that goes to this or something, or there's an AC line going to it. All right, and then there's a seat belt here. This has shoulder belts. Okay, I know this van is old enough where like it could possibly had all what are these called? Lap belts. but it's got shoulder belts. All right, there's one here, there's one here. All right, and for the center passenger, you've got a seat belt right here. Okay, this one would go on the one that says center. Yep, right there. Okay. These kind of recline too, and I think that's it for the rear. Yeah, it's got another thing right there, and then this is the rear. All right, we'll go outside and we'll take a look at it. I'm just kind of going through my stuff here right now. All right. Oh, and then also there's a light right here. Okay, I have put an LED light in it, but you can put it on door or have it on all the time. All right, and then you got your sliding door right here. All right, I've never, after 30 years of owning I haven't owned this van for 30 years, but this van is 30 years old. I've never broken the door handle. Sometimes it gets sticky though, and that could contribute to breaking it. Also, there's a child protection lock thing here. So I guess if it's closed, you can't open from the inside. Yeah, make sure that's not in the lock position. Okay, and then here's the rear. There is a light right here. All right, that one is still the old incandescent light. All right, and then yeah, then that's pretty much it. There's nothing really special about the lid, the trunk. Okay, so that is the middle and the rear. They're basically the cargo area of the van. All right, so let's go to the front. So here you got so these actually are not the seats that came with this van. Also, I want to mention that the interior on the Previas got better over time. All right, the interior is not the best. I think they had more. The rear interior got much better in these vans. That's what I want to say. Anyway, but yeah, so this is a seat from a different van. I think it's from an LE. but it had, I think they had leather seats in these too, but this has these adjustable armrests, and that's why I got these. I got these from the junkyard. All right, they stow all the way up and they go down, and you can adjust them in any position you want and they'll work. Great armrest. Okay, and then yeah, this one has the 5-speed. It's a 5-speed manual, so it's easier to shift when the armrest is up. This van did not come with armrest, so but it's nice to have an armrest is what I want to say. It does kind of eat up your space on the side. And there's the handles to recline the seats, all right, if you so should choose. All right, there's no, I don't think there's a lumbar support on these seats, so yeah. This seat does not flip, but you can adjust it forward and back. Okay, I don't really. There is actually the jack right here. Okay, this is where the jack, emergency jack is, right here. Okay. And yeah, and then this is that's the original floor mat right there. I have not cleaned it yet. So this storage compartment here actually was not stock. Okay, I got this from another Previa. I think the newer Previas or the LE models came with a storage compartment on this side. I think there's something else that goes with it too, but I don't remember. But it's just nice to have, because there's really nothing there. You know, it's nice to fill that spot up with something so you can put stuff there. So it just became like a really big change tray. Okay, so here's where the cool stuff of there's a lot of cool stuff about the front of the Toyota Previa. Okay. You've got, this is your cup holder right here, right? Press it and it comes out. All right, I actually bored this one out so I can put bigger drinks in it. Okay, so there's like one for small drinks and big drinks. Pretty good cup holder. I have not broken it yet. All right, this is where the deck goes. This is not the stock deck. I don't know if it was a single din or a double din. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure you can get a double din for this. There's a little storage pocket here. These are your Hvac controls right here. You have a rear heat, all right? You have air conditioning, you have a rear defroster, and you have hazard light right here. This is your fan power. This is your temperature control. This is your mode select right here, all right? It goes top and bottom, bottom defroster, and defroster. Okay, most of the time it would be on top or top bottom. Okay, and then this is your recirculate and fresh air function. It still works. Sometimes it gets sticky on mine though. You can hear it, there's stuff moving around in there, you know. Nothing is electronic in this fan, guys. it's that era where everything is still mechanical, man. These are the vents right here, all right? Yeah, there's actually not a lot of vents in the back. Literally this thingy here, this thing that I showed you earlier, this is the fan control right here. This turns the fan on and off, all right? It's kind of weird, yeah. You have to go all the way to the front to activate it, you know. So if these guys are hot back there, like, hey, yeah, could you turn the fan on? Okay. And it makes a lot of noise too. So that's what that does. Basically, I think it just sucks air from here, and it like either heats it or cools it when it goes out the other way. Okay. So yeah, so we were on the center console. Okay, so there's a cigarette lighter outlet here, all right, that's a switch 12 volts. There's a ashtray right here, all right, and you can take that off. Kind of hard to put back in, but and then there's another compartment right here. There's just so many compartments here, and they're huge. Okay, I haven't totally cleaned this up yet. I'm still working on the front. So anyway, yeah, that goes up like that. I've actually installed two 12 volt hot there. These are hot all the time. It just connects straight to the battery. This is all my wiring back there. Okay. And then these are the vents right here. So there's a vents right here. There's a vent right here. Okay. These go up and down too. Okay. Same thing with the driver's side. All right. There's a vent right there. There's a vent right there. Okay. And then you got the glove box. The glove box is enormous on this, all right? Like, let's just start taking stuff out of here because I got to clean this fan. You can see how spacious it is. I got a funnel for putting fuel stuff in the tank. I've got some glass cleaner. I got a fire extinguisher here. I didn't even know I had this in here, dude. Well, you should always have a fire extinguisher with your vehicle. Look at that. It's kind of dirty. I should clean it. Fire extinguisher. See, you can fit a mini fire extinguisher in there. Can of WD-40. Some maps and stuff. Dude, this thing is spacious. I'm telling you, you can put so much stuff in there. I don't know why this isn't like a refrigerator or something. I think maybe some models of Previa might have had that right. There's tools in here. See, there's stuff in here that I don't even freaking remember. There's a hitch pin in here. There's so much. Okay, anyway, yeah, with most of that stuff out, you can get a good idea of how big this thing is, man. You could probably, I don't know, you could probably put a pair of shoes in there, you know, probably 2 pairs of shoes, you know, so much stuff. All that stuff just came out of there right now, okay? So that just gives you an idea how big the glove box is on the Toyota Previa, you know. Just imagine how much more space for your knees you could have if you didn't have this here. It's literally the biggest glove box I've ever seen. Okay, nothing takes the cake on that. Okay, I guess the Prius has a pretty nice one. It has a top one and a bottom one, all right? But this is, look at how big it is, man. Yeah, I guess it would be better if there was just 2 of them, because with it being this big, it makes it hard to like organize stuff, is what I'm gonna say. And there's like a hump here for something. I don't know what it is, probably the strut or something. Oh yeah, you know what, that might be where you access the struts. Never thought about that. Let's see what's under there. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's a strut. This is the strut tower right here, guys. that's how you act. So that makes me wonder, like, so how do I access the other strut tower? Because it's underneath the dash. Okay, so since we're on this side, actually let's go to the other side and see what we got there. All right. Oh yeah, okay. And then there's the door cards, all right? So the door cards actually have a compartment here to put stuff. It's got the divider right here too. Okay, and then you've got your window controls right here. I do know they have manual window Previas also, so some of them wouldn't have the electric stuff. And then you got your door handle right here and a lock here. They still work pretty good. All right, I know some cars have troubles with that over time. And then these are the vents that connect to the defroster. So the defroster for when the window fogs up and then you need to see your mirrors. Okay. Oh yeah, there's also a pass-through. There's a pass-through right here that goes over here. I don't know where that goes. Yeah, no, it just goes here. Okay, so that vent actually does something. So that actually channels air to the back. So you've got this, there's probably one on the other side, and then you've got this to help move air to the cabin, the back cabin. Okay, right? Continuing on with the Previa interior. So we talked about everything this way, we'll just talk about here. So here's your key ignition switch. I've never had a problem with it. All right, I think the key still goes on it just fine. I think my old Toyota van, you could pull the key out while it was running. Yeah, so if you got your defroster up there. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about this. So underneath here, let's just take this dash mat out. I'm gonna get rid of it anyway. So this is what it looks like without the dash mat. All right, there's looks like a tweeter here. All right, there's a tweeter here and there, and then the speakers, the front speakers are actually right here. Now I know on the later generation Previas, the speakers were in the doors. I think, yeah, they were like right here or something. They moved into the doors. So the interesting thing about this is, it lifts up, all right? So it latches on like this. I think, let's see if I can get it to latch on. Oh, there we go, okay. So normally it's like that, okay? And then there's a button right here, all right? You probably can't see it, but if you lift up on it, it unlocks it. And I might, okay, there we go. And then you could take it out, all right? And then the whole thing comes out like that. And then you have access to all your fuses. This is like the most convenient place to put the fuses. Most of the cars, they've got them in some goofy ass place where you can never find them, you know, like they're like underneath here, you know. You gotta contort yourself just to get to them. This one, they're conveniently in place right here, and they're easy to check, okay? Except, yeah, the dash mat's on top of it. You just have to know you gotta take this compartment out to access them, all right? And then I think the diagram is right here, so it tells you what each fuse is. Okay, different Previas have different stuff, so they might not have the same fuses. All right, and then there's the holes for the speakers, the cutouts. The speakers are right here, the left and right. I believe these are Sony speakers, they're not stock. The foam is deteriorating on them. All right, anyway, you got all your relays here. All right, and fuses here. I believe there is a spare, yeah, there's spare fuses and a fuse puller right here, okay? Believe you know how Hades and Megan knows that? Because I've actually had to use them, okay? That's why. All right. Oh, another thing is you can lock this. All right, but it doesn't work so well. Oh yeah, it's spring loaded too. I guess with the dash mat on there, it doesn't pop open anymore. But if you press this, it just springs open like that. Sometimes it pops open by itself. So there is a lock for it. Okay, you can use the key to lock it, but yeah, you can put a firearm in there. But from my experience, it doesn't work very well. Like if you lock it, you may not be able to unlock it again. So you have to like jimmy it to like get it to open. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so yeah, there's that. And then yeah, so there's what the window looks like. This is not the stock window. And the interior, you've got a mirror right here. All right, I've got oh yeah, I got to take this Broadway mirror. Oh, I just broke the mirror thing. That's okay. I'm getting rid of this van. So, all right, I gotta take that. I kind of want that. All right, so this is what the stock mirror looks like. It's pretty useless. You can't really see anything. You can only really see out the back of the window, and I believe that's what they were going for. There's a thing here, so just in case somebody's blinding you, it moves it up. All right, it pivots around like that. There is no electronics or anything on this. There is a clock here. Okay, just plain old digital clock, and you got your light controls here. Oh yeah, I might want to get all these LED lights out of here first before I think. And then this is the shades. All right, so the funny thing about these guys is you could tell like you could tell the interior quality of Toyotas were not the best back then. It looks like they just clamped this mirror, the vanity mirror on here. It's just clamped onto there. It's not part of it. Is what I'm gonna say. There's also a blind spot mirror here, so you can see what your passengers are doing. Like, hey, stop playing around back there, guys. That type of thing, you know. And then you can unlatch it here. All right, and you can move it this way for a shade. Okay, that's what it looks like when it's not. The windshield on this van is enormous. It's so big. Okay, let's put that back. Okay, yeah, it just goes like that. There you go. Just gonna have to play with it. It's not the most convenient way to thing it, you know. All right, so the dash. So this is a 5-speed Previa, so this is a little bit different than all the other ones. The supercharged ones might even have a supercharged light. I don't know, like the MR2 did. But anyway, here you got your coolant, all right, and you got your speedometer here, and it's in miles and kilometers. You got an odometer here and a trip meter right here. It says electronic. I don't know what that means. There's a trip reset right here. Okay, and then you've got a tachometer here. What is it? It has a just shy of 6,000 red line, and then a 7,000 rev limit, I guess. Not the reviest engine out there. The Previa has some decent power. All right, it's definitely no match for a V6 van, but yeah. And then you got your gas gauge here. So after 30 years, everything still works on this dash, except the tachometer. Just this year, the tachometer stopped working properly. All right, it gets stuck, and then sometimes it's like it tells you the wrong RPM. It's low, so I don't really use it anymore. But when it did use it, it was pretty good. All right. So my Previa, I installed a backup camera. This is not stock. Okay, this is a little monitor. I might take that with me too. All right, it's got the same vents that's here on the side. There's a little more controls on this guy. There's a left control and a right control, unlike the other one has only one, and there's a window lock if you don't want your passengers messing around with it. This one has an auto function. Yeah, this one has auto. If you go a little bit farther, it goes automatically down all the way. Yeah, a lot of features that modern cars have, you know. It's probably, it's probably something pretty special back then. All right, that's your door handle right there and your lock. All right, actually the lock is not very good on this van anymore. Yeah, you can see it doesn't snap into place very good anymore. I think this van had gotten some kind of accident or something, because this door does not close. It makes a lot of weird, see, it makes a lot of weird noises when it opens and closes. Yeah, something happened to this side of the car. I don't know what happened. Okay, and it does have an armrest on this side. Pretty nice. I use it when I'm driving sometimes. good to shift positions. It's got your mirror controls right here. All right, it's a digital one. The funny thing is the Prius uses the newer Toyotas still use something very similar. All right, and you got your door locks right here. Yeah, the other one doesn't have a door lock, so it's got a power door lock here, and then you got a small compartment here. It's smaller than the other side, but still pretty sizable. All right, and then this door has the pass-throughs for the vents on the other side. So one of the things about this van is that the oh, you know what? Oh, what happened? Hold on. See, I told you the door lock doesn't work properly anymore. Yeah, so there's something up with the switch. So you don't use the manual. I always use. So the interesting thing about this van is pretty much all the electronics still work on this van. It's pretty freaking amazing. All right, with the exception of the tachometer, you know, the door locks still all work on this car. Like my Eclipse, some of the door locks don't work properly, and then what is it? On my Prius, the cruise control doesn't work. So the cruise control doesn't work sometimes on my Prius. Well, this one's still got a mechanical cruise control, all right? So this is how you would access the cruise control. You would turn it on and off by pressing this, and then you would set it by going down, all right? And then if you wanted to resume, it would be up, or if you want to set your speed higher or set it lower, and then if you want to cancel it, I think you go in like that, okay? Or you could use the brakes. This is the wiper stock right here. All right. Yeah, interesting thing to note about the Previa is that the squirters are actually on the whatchamacallit, the wipers. Okay. Anyway, so the turn signal stock, you've got a rear wiper here. So this DX model did have a rear wiper. Some vehicles don't. You know. And it has a off, intermediate, low, and high mode, okay? It doesn't have that little thing that you twist to set it. That's one thing I didn't like about this van. The intermediate setting was still a little bit fast. And then yeah, this is your spray right here. How do you spray? Yeah, okay, so the rear wiper, I think it's intermediate or intermittent. Intermittent, on, and then spray. This is spray right here, okay? Cool. And then yeah, and then this is off, intermittent, low, and high, all right? And then like I said, the intermittent is still kind of fast. It's not like the newer vehicles that you know, you can adjust the delay, you know, like the higher end model vehicles have that. This one didn't. I believe this Previa does not have, yeah, this Previa doesn't have airbags, so I think the newer ones do. So the steering wheel, I don't know, steering wheel's still monstrous. But there it is. All right, it's not a leather one. It's still in good shape. Even after after 30 years, it's just got some tiny little spider cracks on it, but it's still good, you know? I think the oils from your hand help lubricate it over time, you know? That's what I'd say. All right, and so this is a relay for the inverter that I installed. That's not stock. There's a dimmer right here, all right, for your lights. There's a cubby right here to put stuff. I put a spare set of keys in here, and I hid something. This is your hood release right here. Okay. And yeah, there's your pedals. This is a 5-speed manual, so it has 3 pedals. All right, gas, brake, clutch. Okay. There is no dead pedal. All right, this is your dead pedal, the wheel arch, or you just keep it down like that. It's pretty spacious though. It's a really comfortable van to drive. I'll tell you that, man. I've done many hours behind the wheel on this van, and it's great, you know, and it rides really good too. Also, yeah, seat belts. You've got a seat belt here, and you can adjust the height of the seat belt right here. I think push it says. Yeah, I guess it doesn't work anymore. But yeah. Oh, pull. You gotta pull it. Pull it, it moves up and down, okay? I think I had it on the lowest. Okay, there's that. Since this is a video on the interior, I'll show you how to get to the engine. This is how to get to the, oh yeah, there's your parking brake right here too. All right, it's in a weird place. It's like you would never know it's there, you know, type of thing. The cool thing I like about this is you can let go of the parking brake, and then you can push the van while you're here. And then if you want to engage the parking brake, you just pull it up again. I do it all the time, man. Okay, so yeah, you get your recline here for the seat, and then there's a button here. All right, Oh, this is your fuel door button right here, okay? But there's another button. It's right here. Okay, there's a yellow button here. You can't see it. It's kind of dark right now. But if I press that in, the seat, and if there's nothing behind the seat, it flips over, okay? If the bench seat is there, you might not be able to, you won't be able to move the seat all the way back like this, okay? And then, yeah, there's a lot of space under here to put stuff. I believe this is the ECU for the van right here. Pretty easy to get to, man. There's a diagnostic port right here, and then you just flip this carpet up here, all right? And then you unlock it, okay? Twist that and then open that, and then you got access to the top of the engine. So you can add fuel, okay? This takes 10W30. And you can you can adjust the throttle cable here and check the engine oil level. Okay, there's a dipstick right there. All right, you don't add oil through the little compartment in the front. That is a reservoir, okay? That adds oil if it gets low on oil. But if you really want to check your engine oil, you got to do it from here, okay? And it gets hot under here, I guess. Okay, and then yeah, if you wanted to change the spark plugs, you would take the passenger seat out, and then there's another access port there, but you'd have to actually unbolt the passenger seat. Okay. Yeah, it's a kind of a weird van because you're sitting on top of the motor, but you know what? It's the way Toyota designed this van is amazing. Okay, the Toyota engineering is really amazing, is what I want to say. Okay, right. So there it is. That is like a kind of little walkthrough demonstration of the Toyota Previa's or 91 Toyota Previa DX model. What the interior is like on it, right? Now I think the newer versions of the Previa, I think they sold them all the way up till 1997. All right, the interiors got better as the years got along. I think the 90 model is the earliest. This is a 91, so it's just 1 year over the earliest model. So they got better over time. All right, but yeah. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the tour. Thanks for watching. Here's Hvac out.